What's up, everybody? It's Dominic D'Angelo of adfreeshows.com, SEScoops.com, and OneTrueSportTV.com. And I'm flying solo yet again. Robert was on an emergency assignment, so he is not here today, but I am here. Down little stuff about SummerSlam. We got some good stuff in building for SummerSlam. This past week, Friday SmackDown, I'm doing the play. As you can see, I'm clean shaven now, and the play is over. So, yes, let's say hi to some people in the chat. Jake says good morning. All thanks to the late Attitude Era is great. Yes, guys. Robert, talk to Tommy Blanca. I think it's Blanca. I don't know how to say it. But he wrote during the Attitude Era, right after Vince Russo, and gave some details about that, some crazy stories. It's a must listen. Check it out. You will be hooked on to Working Stiff, and you'll be hooked on to Tales from the Attitude Era. So give them support there. So good to have some folks here. Be sure to get the word out about the show too. If you guys like it, always give us a 5-star review. Always give us some different. But hey, let's get down to business. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Talk a little bit what happened on SmackDown this past Friday. Kind of haven't gotten too much of those this summer season, but is picking up. So we didn't have too much going on here. But SmackDown, let's talk about it. I won't go in chronological order. So I watched like the top 10 things. So they had the tag team gauntlet. Thoughts, takeaways from that? It's going to be interesting to see how they handle obviously Tangaloa was out with eye injury, and we saw him patched up much akin to a John Moxley or Bryan Danielson in AEW. He had Jacob Fatu, and man, do they know what they're doing with him. It's hard for him. He's so talented, such a great presence across the board, from an athletic standpoint, a look standpoint, and you guys will see if you have not been familiar with his work. So there's a lot that you can take away from Jacob Fatu, and WWE is well aware of that. They know they got something very, very special with him, and so he tagged up with Tama Tonga to be in this tag team gauntlet, and sure enough, they beat the Street Profits to win that. They're the number one contenders for the tag team championships. So pretty cool stuff. And probably you want to make getting some gold on these guys is the right way to do it. Unfortunately, it's at the behest. Is that the right word? Looks that they're just going to be getting their asses beat, and boom. So it doesn't speak to maybe WWE really focusing too much with the tag division right now. The rumors are, or the reports are, that WWE has signed Motor City Machine Guns. We talked about that before, and it's are we choppy here? Let me see. Oh yes, that's right. My smoke detector is interfering more than get that thing fixed. It's out in the hallway, guys. I can't do anything about it. I'm stuck. My hands are tied. Just let me know. Am I clear now? Let me know if you're clear. Why is it choppy? I'm even connected to the hardwired to the internet here. That is very strange. Why is my feed so choppy? Can you guys? Is it just my face? Can you hear me? Okay. I'm not sure. I don't want to leave because I can't fix that. I think if I damn you, Jeff Jarrett. Yes, I'm blaming Jeff Jarrett, Jake. I'm blaming Jeff Jarrett. Let me do a little quick check here. It's the voice. Dang it, the voice is it? Let me test the microphone. But guys, when it comes to what the tag team gauntlet did, it's a good filler time to kind of have that thing set up and making it. This was pre-taped, so it's a kind of a good thing to I think have happen on that. So I'm okay with that. Let's see if this works. Does this work any better? Is this any better? Is this less choppy? You guys let me know. Video is okay. How's my mouth now? Is the audio good? Is the audio good now? Is anything better? Dang it. What the heck is going on? I blame the smoke detector. Hopefully the audio is better now. Let me see what else we can do here. We are talking about, oh my God. It's got me all out of sorts here. We're talking about, what else do I want to cover? Oh, the little, something I didn't want to leave away when it came to the gauntlet was, dang, it's in and out. It's not as choppy. Okay. I got to think of something here. Let me see if I can do, one second. Give me a second here. We'll work it out. Live and in color here. Let's see what we can do. But what great content, guys. Hey, but let me also mention that I liked the look of Baron Corbin. I think Robert has his thoughts on Baron Corbin. I always liked him down in NXT with the lone wolf shtick gimmick, if you will, and I thought his look is good right now. I really have no complaints when it comes to how he's presented. I think WWE, they can make the most of him and try to build him back up because he needs it. I do think though that him tagging with Cruz and stuff like that, they're looking for something for these guys. That's the positive aspect. They're still involved. They're still in the whole mix of things, the grand scheme of it all. Ooh, let's try this one. Hopefully this works. Let's see. But yeah, I agree with you, Wrestling Old Head. To add to him, he was somebody too, and it's not like he is whatchamacallit. Let's see if this works. It's not like he's how do I want to put it? I don't know. He was really miscasted in regards to when they brought him up in the main roster. Like, just Vince exploited him, made him like this heel that was not just unlikable, but like bad heat kind of heel, where it's just like, oh, Baron Corbin. And like, he did great in his role, don't get me wrong, but I think that really set him back. There was so much more that I think WWE could have really made the most of when it came to him. You guys tell me. We're going to try a little something here. Try a little something out. See if this helps. Hopefully this is not worse. My cat is crying. I have fire alarms. What a mess I am. I am a mess. Gosh darn it. I am a freaking mess. Freaking mess. Let's see. This is not on mute. I don't want this to be mute. Let's test it. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Any better, guys? I hope this. You like sad? I like sad Corbin too, Tony. I did too. Depressed. Those were good stock gets. Happy Corbin was awful. Could have worked for a couple. I don't know, like a month or something like that. But he had to move away from that. I don't think that Corbin is handled well. I think the NXT run with with Braun Breaker really helped him out a great deal. So I think that was great. But yeah, I think there's more you can do with him. You know, I'm not Robert's more like Baron Corbin. I'm more, hey, Baron Corbin. So in regards to, Nia Jax, they're doing what they can with the Nia Jax and Bayley feud. Hey, it's what are you gonna do here when it comes to getting these talents over and ready for SummerSlam? And I think a lot of this was kind of good filler stuff. Look, what they did with Santos Escobar and LA Knight, I expressed on Friday, if you did not catch that show, how much value I see in Santos Escobar, whether it be a heel or babyface. And wow, you want to talk about what happened on SmackDown? Look, Logan Paul tried to interfere, gave the window of a distraction finish for LA Knight, and I know it was just a tease because LA Knight ended up capitalizing, but did not put Santos Escobar in the right situation. Like he tried to save a little face, and I hope this was like good for him. I think he got pinned by LA Knight after LA Knight hit his finisher, whatever he calls his finisher. But he kicked out like right at the end after the fact. Not that it's just like try to help this guy out a little bit. Why are you putting Santos in this situation? He's such a great talent. There's so much you can do with him, and it's just upsetting. But yeah, it builds to the match with Logan Paul. It'll be interesting to see. Cleveland's Logan Paul's home base. So will he drop the title there? What is going to happen? Is LA Knight going to be? Yeah, I don't think you can really go wrong either way in this one when it comes to having that result. But look, I'm just bummed about Santos, man. He's so great, and they didn't do him any favors on SmackDown. Let me think if there's anything else I want to talk about before I move on to what else they got. Neat little segment, I think, with Theory and Grayson Waller. I think that was cool. Did good stuff. SmackDown though, everybody's in Japan, so this was previously taped, so they kind of supplemented all this stuff, and they made things seem a little bit interesting, but nothing that really popped you. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would be funny wrestling. But Paul's going to be announced from Puerto Rico for the Heat. That'd be something else. But yeah, as far as anything else goes, I wanted to touch upon the passing of Leo Burke. That was on July 24th, I believe. I don't think we talked about it on here yet, but very influential Canadian wrestler, stalwart in Stampede. Also worked for what's the other name? There was another promotion up in Canada that he worked for that was associated with the NWA, and Bret Hart made some comments regarding Leo Burke, how much he learned from him, considered him a top 5 worker he's ever stepped in the ring with. Top 5. Said he learned and was trained by oh my gosh, Sakamura and not Naito. There's another name, obviously not Naito, but there's another name that he was trained by, and he gave credit to both them, but said he learned ring psychology and everything else basically from Leo Burke. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And guys, if you weren't aware of this too, Bret learned that finish from SummerSlam 1992 at Wembley with British Bulldog from Leo Burke. He did that in a match with him in Edmonton once. So just wanted to give my props out about Leo Burke and the legacy he left. Because, I mean, if you're an American wrestling fan like I was not aware of Leo Burke until I read Bret Hart's book and learned about him from that. So just another influential guy. Passed away at a nursing home, I believe, at the age of 76. So RIP to him. Let me think what else that I wanted to cover. We have W Raw tonight. Let's see what they got on Sci-Fi. Will you tune into Sci-Fi? I wonder if I have to change my sling for that. I probably do. Yeah, for the next 2 weeks, it's got the Olympic Games taking over the spot. But still a pretty good card tonight. We have special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins laying out the lines, laying out the rules for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk ahead of SummerSlam. So should be a cool segment. You can have some good stuff there. You can really, really elevate things. It'll be interesting to see what they talk about, considering Drew got that picture with Jungle Boy. I'm sure that might not get mentioned, but it all creates some fun buzz. You can indirectly reference it, I'm sure. Punk's pretty good at doing that. So is Drew. So that should be pretty fun. Hey, we got a good singles match. Man, Gunther versus Finn Balor. Man, if they get the time to do some stuff with this one, this is going to be a fun one. I'm excited for that one. We got Xavier Woods taking on Karrion Kross. Look, I want to see stuff develop with these guys. You know, the Final Testament is kind of in the same situation as like almost the Pride was with Bobby Lashley and stuff. And the Pride beat them at WrestleMania. I think there's a lot of potential with these guys. When you have a Paul Ellering and when you have somebody like a Karrion Kross with Scarlett, this is all like feels like talent in waiting here that there should be taken advantage of and putting these guys and gals in more of a prominent position here. But you know, so Kross is taking on Xavier Woods one-on-one. Would like to see Kross win this, and because that would prompt some changes here for an act like Xavier Woods and the Final Testament. Yeah, right? Look at this. It's sad but true. Karrion Kross has so much potential. I really dig his YouTube promos. Yeah, he puts the extra work in to try to get his persona and character across. And you like to see that. And this is like, while he's still with WWE, he's still doing this stuff. He did this while he was on the Indies and kind of was one of the big proponents, the early proponents, like when you don't count somebody like a Zack Ryder or things like that. But him, Moxley, when they were both quote unquote free agents and doing New Japan, or like Mox was doing New Japan stuff, they took advantage of that. And Kross is such a good person to follow when it comes to that. So yeah, I want to see him really succeed in here. I think there's a lot of potential in there. You got to create this dynamic. And I know the troublesome aspect of that all is you have already kind of like this creepy rogue faction with the Wyatt Six. And so that's tough to combat with. But man, you kind of build these two factions in the right manner, you can create a lot of fun in this one. You know, and there's certain things that Karrion Kross is doing to Xavier Woods right now when it comes to family, Kofi Kingston, trying to create a wedge in between those two, that they could be laying a little bit of the groundwork for them being the next people to feud with the Wyatt Six. Now, will that be, you have to try to heat them up in the right manner, though. You have to make this a kind of a good build, because you want them to the level of a Wyatt Six. You want this feud to seem like it means something. And so WWE has to put the focus on the Final Testament. I would give Paul Ellering plenty of chance to talk. You know, why is he there? He's a legend. It's cool to have him in the mix. You got to give a reason why he's there. Give him some promo time. I hope they really start doing that. Make Scarlett such a focus. Man, could you imagine like stuff with Scarlett? The juxtaposition between her and Nikki Cross. Like we're getting teases of Nikki Cross on the promos and the vignettes and stuff like that. There's some stuff you can really get going here. I'm hoping they're laying the groundwork for some of that stuff, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. Regards to what else did I want on Raw preview here? We got Sheamus versus Bronson Reed. Should be a hard-hitting match. Should be pretty cool. This is pretty interesting takeaways. The Creed brothers taking on Alpha Academy, Akira Tozawa and Otis. So speaking of the Wyatt Six, we're gonna get a little Wyatt Six in when it comes to that stuff. Like they're set. So I think the Creed brothers with Chad Gable and the Wyatt Six, you're gonna have time if you want to build up the Final Testament here too, and as a backdrop, and kind of get some things cooking with them and make them see. You know, WWE's been pretty good with laying out the groundwork with storytelling, so I'm not gonna put it past them when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of hot stuff going on. All Jake says it here. It's one of the drawbacks to everything being so hot in WWE. Some folks are going to fall through the cracks, as it were. Not enough time for everyone. You're right. Like, we're looking at a lot of these great talents that, you know, haven't gotten really tapped into yet. Yeah, they tried to do a little bit here with Andrade in his match that he had last week on SmackDown against my goodness, Carmelo Hayes. So, I think they're putting pins in a lot of people. Like, okay, we're getting to you guys. I'm hoping. Like Final Testament, you're gonna be next. And then, hey, Andrade, we got you looking at Santos. I know we'll get to you. We'll get to you. Hopefully, this is all happening. Because I think they are aware of this stuff. Triple H is aware of the talent that he has. He's shown in the past how much he enjoys carrying Cross's work. Santos Escobar had a push for a reason. There was a reason there. So hopefully that they'll get back to that. But it's a what's that cliche that you use? It's a blessing of blessing of quantity. I don't know. Whatever it is. I'll think about it once the show's over. So other than that, we have a 6 women's tag match. Live Valkyria, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance for Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. I don't know where they're going with this. What's the payoff? This is it feels like a feud that's just kind of filling space a little bit. I hate to say it in that manner because I like all the talents involved in here, but there's not a trios women's tag team championship. There's not. They're not involved with Bianca, Jade Cargill, or Isla Dawn, and Jesus, I might lose the track of the other one. Help me out here. Isla Dawn and I don't know the other. Jeez, Isla Dawn, and it's gonna hit me. It's gonna Alba Fire. Boom, got it. Boom, Alba Fire. They're not feuding with them, so. What's the payoff here? Who's being elevated by this? You want to see Outlier Valkyria really get elevated in this regard, but triple tag match kind of just feels like okay, we're gonna create a match for you guys. Here it is. Is this kind of like the payoff for these guys? You got to think that it's gonna be the ones to get elevated out of this is Starks, Baszler, and Sonya Deville because I think. With how Deville's been highlighted over the past couple of weeks, that there's going to be more for her to come. I think they really want to get her back into the mix of everything and potentially make her look like a credible opponent for, the baby faces on Raw and stuff like that. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, I think, I would be up for this. Escobar and Andrade, future tag champs. Heels or baby faces? That's the thing. I think baby faces. Because you don't. This heel thing has not worked with Escobar. Not to his own. I don't think. I just don't think they made the most of him feuding with Rey Mysterio and stuff like that. So I think turning him babyface again, and then in turn, you have Hector Garza. And Carrillo, Humberto, Hector Garza. Oh my God, Angel Garza. You have those guys and Electra together, Electra Lopez together, and so that elevates them. That makes them their own entity when you can create a new babyface star in Santos teaming up with Andrade, and boom, I think you got something going. Oh my gosh. I'm using Rick Smith's segue. And guys, if you want your PP to be a credible opponent, let me talk about Blue Chew. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Let's talk about sex, guys. Remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra in chewable tablets and at a fraction of cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the U.S. of A. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. You could be missing out on the best sex of your life. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code RUMOR
at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code Rumor to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. And thanks, Rick Smith, for the good segue. What else do I want to cover today? I'm trying to think what I haven't talked about here since on Friday. Let's see. What is it? Ooh, John Cena in The Simpsons, guys. That's kind of cool. He's headed to Springfield for the season 36 premiere. Look, man, this would be a topic Robert would want to talk about. Maybe I'm going to table this one for tomorrow. I will. For the sake of Robert, yes, he's a big Simpsons fan. I'm a big Simpsons fan. Let's table that one. We're going to wait on that one. Oh, yeah, AEW Collision Battle of Bells. Thanks, Rick. Jeez. New producer of the show, Rick Smith. No, I do thank you because, yeah, that's a great one. Great one. Big takeaway from Battle of the Belts. Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes are your new trios. ROH Trios Tag Team Championships. I thought those belts were all defunct and done with. But this is the first title. Can you guys believe it? This is the first title Dustin Rhodes has won in AEW. And, you know, him teaming up with the Von Erichs adds the legacy, elevates it a little bit. I hope this is just the first step of them building the Von Erichs as one of their top babyface tag teams. Like we mentioned earlier here, you know, you had this tag team gauntlet going on, and it's looking more so. This is all a matter of elevating the bloodline, not necessarily elevating the tag division. Maybe the incorporation of Motor City Machine Guns will change that, but that's a tough thing to kind of get when you have such a huge act in the bloodline that is. So I think the focus is going there. This is AEW's opportunity to establish their own tag team division, make them the tag team wrestling to tune into. Because if you build the Von Erichs up as this, hey, man, look at these guys, legacy stars. They have ties with Dustin Rhodes. Their dad is with them, Kevin Von Erich. And you can get them going with these trios tag team championships. But then, boom, they're on their own. Dustin becomes like just a friend, an ally in certain ways when they're going up against maybe some heels like the Young Bucks, or they're going up against heels like maybe a fresh heel turn to Acclaimed. I think it's time for them either to break up. I'm more on them breaking up than I am them staying together, whether that's heels or faces. You make Max, I'm going off on tangents here. You make Max Caster the heel and Bowens that singles. I think that's a match made in heaven there when it comes to stuff like that. So, it's Sammy Guevara return too. Yeah, that's good. He's back in ROH. That's right. Jeez. Yeah, he came back. At for Dishonor. Jeez, I totally forgot about that. So I guess there was some stuff that kind of happened over the weekend. You can tell I was a little busy, but yeah, I think this is their opportunity with the Von Erichs. Create this tag team division. You got heel FTR even. You can make them baby faces for a little bit. There's a lot you can do. You have all these teams. You have the Gun Club. You have so many of these guys that you can really, really make a great tag division and make it feel something special. So AEW needs to take advantage of that opportunity. We'll talk about Sammy tomorrow if there's time permitting. Whether what happens, developments on Raw and all that stuff. But yeah, apparently he's got a new look and all that stuff. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that. Guys, be on the lookout for today, 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, One of a Kind with RVD. Me and Rob, we talk about Mike Awesome in depth. We talk about a dream match that could have happened with him and Scott Hall that never came to be really. And then we cover a lot of other ground too. So it's a very, very fun episode. You get chock full of information on that one. So it's a good, hefty episode. You guys will enjoy it. Tune in, subscribe, like rvdtv.com, and give us 5 stars on there on Spotify and iTunes. We really want to help build the audio numbers up on that one because it's such a great show. I want to get more ears and more eyes on One of a Kind with RVD because, man, it is one of a kind perspective. It's such a fun show. I love everybody that joins in live for those recordings too. And be on the lookout too for Greg Gagne interviewed Barbara Goodish with my brother, the Jenner brother Marcus. And so be on the lookout there at fourhorsemannetwork.com. You can check that out. That will be dropping later today as well. And then we'll have an interview with Tito Santana dropping later this week. So, guys, it's going to be fun. I'll be on site for SummerSlam at WrestleCon and at the media junket and all that malarkey. So be sure to check out Working Stiff. Like I said, Scott Chaplin, Robert, talk to Tommy Blocka, and be sure to check out his new show as well, new Tales from the Attitude Era. I'll put it over big time, so to kick off the show. Thanks for putting up with the audio. Thanks for putting up with me. Robert will hopefully be back tomorrow. Seems like he will. Just had a little meeting kind of change thing, so it was a last minute kind of thing. But hey, I thank you guys for joining in. We'll discuss Raw tomorrow. We'll discuss a lot more tomorrow. But I still want to wish you best of luck in your future endeavors.